Well, hi again, everybody. We are back. Another Great American Craft Beer Review with Kyle. Saturday morning edition. Gonna sneak one in here. I had a rough night last night on the sports front. My Indians are terrible. They're bad. A basketball team fell a little blue. Hamilton not much better. Both teams are pretty bad. Michigan embarrassed by Ohio State in hockey again. And the Cyclones lose again to a bad Indy Fuel team. So, rough night there, but better. Let's think good thoughts today and drink good craft beer. And here we go. So, picked one up from, again, one of my favorite breweries. And I'm glad I was able to get this. The last 4-pack they had. This is from the New Holland Brewing Company. It's the Dragon's Milk Reserve Salted Caramel Bourbon Barrel Stout. There's the reserve, the Salted Caramel Bourbon Barrel Stout, folks. They've done a lot of reserve beers. Of course, I did the s'mores review back this summer when I was really getting into it. Loved it. One of my favorite beers ever. This one, I hope. I did a lot of brewers are doing salted caramel. It's pretty popular. Rivertown did one. Anderson Valley. A lot of brewers are doing this. Of course, this one checks in at 11% alcohol by volume. It is a big boy. The IBUs are 31, so not bad as expected. It says, Dragon's Milk Reserve Salted Caramel is the ultimate liquid indulgence. Smooth and creamy with notes of sweet vanilla and caramel sugar. It says pairings are fruit, chocolate, and pecans. So, not bad there. I will tell you this was bottled on 12/1 of 17. So, we're about 6.5, 7 weeks. Which this could go a year, 2 years even. So, no worries there indeed. It was the last 4-pack of Drunk with Gems. I was glad I got it, but man, is it pricey. I think they're getting a little overboard with this now. Again, people are going to argue to me, well, why'd you buy it then? Well, I just love good craft beer. I think this is going to be an ass kicker, but it was $19 for 4. That's to me, that's high. I wanted to get it, and a single bottle would have been $6, and I'm like, you know what? I can enjoy 4 of these over a certain amount of days and catch a buzz on one of them instead of paying $6, $7 for a single bottle. So, New Holland's getting up there in price, but, you know, it is what it is, my friends. And, again, really cool that they do these reserves, though, because a lot of companies stick with a big stout, and they don't do a lot of variants. At least they haven't yet. So, New Holland's done, I want to say maybe 10 or 12 of these. I've tried 4 or 5. This is my second one review. I missed the mint mocha one, and people had that. I didn't get to that one, but it's limited release. I tell you what, Jungle Gems did not get much. I even talked to the brewing company online, and they said Southwest Ohio was not going to get much. So, I was fortunate to get this here. New Holland bottle cap there. As always, nothing to see. Typical orange cup. Done dozens of New Holland beer reviews. And there's got some New Holland glassware. I'm going to try to get back on this track of being cleaner and just trying to use the brewery beer glass that I have. Now, some glass I don't have. But if I have a glass for that company, I'm going to try and use that. I think it's pretty cool and unique. So, let's go ahead and get a pour on the Dragon's Milk Reserve. Here we go. See the color. I'm sure it's going to look just like a Dragon's Milk normal. Going to look just like a normal Dragon's Milk beer. And straighten that out. And boy, I tell you what, no head on this. And I thought the same about the s'mores review. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. A little bit of head. That's a good pour, but really not much head on that at all. Now, I am a little clogged up this morning, I will say that. I am a little clogged up this morning, so let's go ahead and get a pour, or get a smell, quick nose, on these salted caramel. Definite bourbon flavor, some slight bourbon, chocolate from the Dragon's Milk. A little bit of like caramel flavoring, not a ton. There's a subtle amount in there, but let's thank the brewers at New Holland here for making this good beer and all these Dragon's Milk Reserve variants. And cheers to Saturday, folks. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. I'm going to say one thing. The smoothness of this beer, 11%. It is so smooth, rich. This is very rich. Chocolatey, rich notes. Not getting a lot of salted caramel. There's a little bit of salted caramel flavor. Not much. I'm gonna say this almost. I gotta sip this at 11%. To me, it almost tastes just like a regular Dragon's Milk beer. A little bit of salted caramel, not much lacing. Yeah, I'm still gonna sip here. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. If anything else, to me, it's more just kind of you get definitely a good. It's Dragon's Milk. You definitely get that. Say hint of salted caramel. I'm not wild by this beer. I love New Holland. I'll take a shot. I just don't know. I'm not, and it's smooth. And it's a really good beer. But to me, there's just not a lot of extra flavoring. And I think this would be just like drinking a Dragon's Milk, which is fine. I think it's good. I enjoy that beer. I love it. I compare. That got me going on stouts, and I think that's what it is. But I don't get a whole lot of extra. I don't get a lot of salted caramel, in my personal opinion. Now, someone else could drink this and say, hey, there's a ton, or it could be just batch, or it could just be whatever, or their palate. But palate's clean, I have no other beers that's fresh, so it's not that. I don't know. For me, I'm not getting. To me, it's like drinking a regular Dragon's Milk, which again is fine, but I don't think it's. With the s'mores reserve, I got a ton of s'more flavors of chocolate. And I'm just not getting a lot of the salted caramel in this. It's there slightly, but to me, not enough to really stand this out away from a regular Dragon's Milk. I know, on that sip, I get a little bit. A lot of vanilla. This is very vanilla-y. You get that Dragon's Milk flavor, that classic Dragon's Milk with that vanilla, kind of like a vanilla salted caramel, but just not a ton. So for me, I'm still going to say it's a B beer because it is a good stout. But to me, there's just not a whole lot of that's telling me this is a reserve beer. So I'm going to say it's a B, folks. So try this if you like Dragon's Milk, you like the reserve series. Let me know what you think again. I just didn't get a whole lot of salted caramel on this one. So a little disappointed. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad beer. It's worth it. I think, is it worth $19 a 4-pack? Absolutely not. No. I mean, I'll drink these beers and enjoy it because I love Dragon's Milk. And who knows, maybe this will warm a bit and I'll get it to the flavors to come out. I did let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes. So it wasn't ice cold, or maybe could have warmed a little bit more, but not bad. But I'm just not getting the salted caramel. So to me, this is just a Dragon's Milk with a hint of salted caramel. Not worth $20. So I'm a little disappointed. Not saying it's bad. Expected more. I like New Holland, but this is basically, to my professional opinion, my humble opinion, just a regular Dragon's Milk with just a hint of salted caramel. Not enough to really make it another beer, but give it a try. Let me know what you think if you guys try this and pick it up. I would definitely try to get a single bottle, though, or trade with someone, perhaps, if you can. $20 for a 4-pack, $19. Pretty steep, so let me know what you guys think. Life's too short. I must be happy, and give us a shout if you like Dragon's Milk. Cheers, everybody.